For many redheads, it's a party of pheomelanin, the pigment responsible for giving hair that fiery hue. Specifically, it's the MC1R gene that decides whether someone will sport the vibrant strands. This gene must be inherited from both parents to manifest as red hair, making the trait both rare and recessive. Red hair isn't just a simple genetic lottery. It's found in approximately 1 to 2% of the human population, with a higher concentration in Scotland and Ireland. Globally, that makes redheads more rare than left-handed people or those with green eyes. In fact, if redheads had their own country, it would be a small island of fiery crowns bobbing in a sea of brunettes and blondes. So next time you spot a redhead, remember you're witnessing a genetic masterpiece that has traveled through generations to make its appearance in the 21st century. From Queen Elizabeth I to the feared Viking warriors, red hair has made its mark throughout history. It's been a symbol of both beauty and terror, depending on who was painting the picture. In ancient Egypt, red hair was associated with the god Set, the deity of chaos, which led to redheads often being buried alive as sacrifices. Quite the extreme beauty standard, wouldn't you say? In medieval Europe, red hair was often seen as a mark of moral degradation and witchcraft. However, during the Renaissance, red hair was celebrated in the paintings of artists like Botticelli and Michelangelo, showcasing its enduring enigma. This dichotomy illustrates just how much red hair has swung between adoration and aversion, making its historical journey as tangled as the hair itself. Why do we often hear that redheads have fiery temperaments or mystical powers? Much of this can be traced back to cultural storytelling and the human need to categorize. In literature, redheads have been both the heroines and the villains, often with a side of mystical or fiery personality traits. Anne of Green Gables, anyone? She's perhaps the epitome of the fiery-tempered red-haired heroine, battling stereotypes while winning hearts. But it's not just about temperament, it's about standing out. Red hair demands attention. It can't help but to make a statement which historically could either mean power or danger. In modern times, these stereotypes persist, albeit often in more humorous contexts. Consider the phrase ginger rage or the playful banter about redheads stealing souls. These cultural echoes are remnants of old beliefs repackaged into modern memes and jokes. Yet they continue to shape perceptions, proving that hair color can be more than just a physical trait. It's a cultural narrative. Fiery tempers and fairy tales. The mythology of red heads. Red heads have been mythologized from the earliest days. In Greek mythology, Thetis transforms into a red-haired lioness to escape Zeus's advances, symbolizing both beauty and ferocity. Celtic legends often feature red-haired leaders, warriors and goddesses, imbuing them with fierce spirits and formidable powers. These stories embed a layer of intrigue and fear around redheads, suggesting that their hair color is a marker of their otherworldly and potent nature. This has percolated into modern narratives, where the fiery red head is often a character who is passionate, unpredictable, and fiercely independent. While these traits are celebrated in stories, they can translate into real-world misconceptions where the line between myth and reality blurs, creating expectations that redheads constantly find themselves debunking. Seeing red discrimination and admiration. Despite the allure and intrigue, being a redhead isn't always a walk in the park. Historically and even today, redheads can be targets of discrimination. In the 19th century, the British coined the term gingerism to describe the prejudice against redheads, and unfortunately, it didn't stay in the 19th century. Today, Kick a Ginger Day, ironically inspired by a South Park episode, has resulted in actual harassment and bullying. On the flip side, in places like Russia and the British Isles, red hair has been revered and celebrated as a sign of beauty and strength. The Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, a group of English painters in the 19th century, was famously obsessed with red-haired women, whom they depicted as embodiments of beauty and mystery. This dual perspective shows the complex duality of being a redhead, admired and loathed, often at the same time. Red in pop culture, from Lilith to Lois Griffin. Redheads in pop culture are ubiquitous and diverse, ranging from the seductive Jessica Rabbit to the intrepid reporter Lois Griffin from Family Guy. These characters often reinforce stereotypes, Jessica with her sultry allure and Lois with her fiery temper, yet they also offer visibility and representation. In recent years, there has been a shift towards more nuanced portrayals. Characters like Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones embody resilience and complexity, moving beyond the simplistic, fiery label. This evolution in pop culture indicates a growing understanding and appreciation of redheads, not just as a trope, but as multifaceted individuals. Interestingly, redheads are a bundle of scientific curiosities. They require more anesthetic during surgery, reportedly because of the MC1R gene's effect on pain receptors. They also produce their own vitamin D more efficiently, a handy trait in sun-scarce Northern Europe where the gene is more prevalent. Additionally, some studies suggest that redheads are more sensitive to thermal pain and changes in temperatures. This biological quirkiness adds another layer to the redhead narrative, beyond mere aesthetics to physiological uniqueness. Every year in the Netherlands, the town of Breda becomes the epicenter of redheadedness during the Red Head Days festival. Here, thousands of redheads from around the world converge in a celebration that's part carnival, part family reunion. The festival not only serves as a fun gathering, but also fosters a sense of community and belonging among redheads who often grow up feeling isolated due to their rarity. This event highlights the beauty of diversity and the human connection that transcends hair color, proving that redheads are indeed a special lot, not because of the myths, but because of their shared experiences and resilience. As we've untangled the fiery locks of truth and myth, it's clear that redheads are neither simply annoying nor misunderstood. They are a vibrant tapestry woven with strands of history, genetics, and culture. The journey through the world of redheads shows us the power of perception and the importance of questioning stereotypes. Let's move beyond the outdated myths and appreciate redheads for what they truly are. Individuals with a unique genetic trait that beautifies and diversifies the human race. After all, in a world of monochrome, a splash of red can only be a marvelous thing. For those enthralled by the radiant world of redheads and wishing to delve deeper, consider exploring works by Jackie Collis Harvey and the genetic studies published in the National Center for Biotechnology Information. These sources provide a robust foundation for understanding the fascinating science and rich history behind red hair. Remember, the journey into understanding is as colorful and intricate as the subjects we study.